Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I know it's been forever since I posted, and I'm really sorry about that. It's just been an interesting time in our lives as we continue to deal with COVID, and stuff went down in my family, and I just didn't have time. And now we're entering into August, and we're in the middle of August already, and the school year's starting, and holy crow, where has time gone? I thought time would slow down and be a little bit nicer to us while we're in the middle of a pandemic, but it feels like it's still just on fast forward. I wanted to spend some time today talking about just some stuff that I've been learning about myself over the last couple weeks, even just a few weeks, let alone the last few months. So in India Bay, we're in phase 1, meaning we can meet in tripods as houses. Like I can create a tripod with my house, my mom's house, and my sister's house. That way we can have some kind of interaction, but that's the only places we're supposed to go. Masks all the time in public areas, no gatherings at all. And yeah, it's just been interesting. I had to deal with hospitals in Seattle, and everybody's fine, but it's just, this pandemic adds a whole nother layer to things that we didn't have to think twice about in the past. But while we're on this concept of the pandemic, one of the things I wanted to talk about was this idea of loneliness and this desire as a human to just want somebody or need somebody to understand you and understand where you're coming from and understand your point of view and understand your view of the world. I as I said probably many times on this channel, I am single. I will remain single for I don't know how long, however long it takes me to be ready. And what I've learned over the last couple of weeks is I'm not ready. There's trauma in my life, and it might not be trauma to some people, but it's trauma to me, and it affects the way I am with other people. It affects my interaction with other people. It affects how I talk to them, how I interact with even the teenagers that live with me. I tend to avoid conflict and get super anxious and super just scared when conflict is around and is imminent, and I just can't do it. There are many times where I've walked out of meetings because it just got too aggressive and too just scary for me personally. And I'm learning with teenagers, learning a lot about myself, having to raise 2 teenagers, and being afraid of conflict is not a good thing, and that's something that I gotta deal with. And so, but it doesn't change the desire of wanting to be known and understood. And when you don't feel like you have that in your life, loneliness sets in, and it sets in hard. And that's been my life off and on throughout these last few months. There's nights where I literally feel crippled in my bed, just thinking about how much I am alone. But it also reminds me of Esther. Esther was a Jewish girl who was brought to the king to become his wife, basically, or have a chance of becoming his wife. And she stood out amongst the rest of the females that were brought in, and the king saw something different in her, and she didn't fit in. She didn't belong in the world that she was in. And sometimes that's how I feel. I feel like I have such a different point of view from everybody around me, from my coworkers, from my church members, from my church board. I see the world differently, and I don't know why, and I don't always know how to. There's my cat. cameo by the cat. His name's Dusty. Hi, Dusty. And I don't know how to always put it in words what the difference is. I just know that there is a difference. And sometimes it's very evident that I just don't see and understand where they're coming from, or they don't understand where I'm coming from. And that gets hard. And I can imagine how Esther felt in that kingdom. She was surrounded by people who didn't believe like she did. She was surrounded by people who didn't even know she was Jewish. And she had to hide a part of who she was until the right moment. And I'm not trying to toot my own horn. I'm not trying to say, look at me. But I'm just saying, I know God has a plan for me. And I know that God has put me in these positions for a reason. And it is for such a time as this. That he has blessed me and he's equipped me, and he's going to continue to equip me to deal with the lives and deal with my own pain and deal with my own discomforts and deal with my own traumas, and to then be able to turn around and help others deal with the exact same thing. I'm just excited. I'm excited to see what God has set before me, and I'm excited to see where this is going to take us. It's scary in that it's still so unknown in the world, but in so much unknown territory, there's so much possibility that we haven't even begun to tap into. So please expect more YouTube videos from me as time goes on. I hope this video makes sense. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please leave a like and a thumbs up. Comment on any topics that you would like me to hit on in the future, whether it be just common life. I am going to get back on my lifestyle videos, on my walks that I was doing, and just making better health choices for myself, not just to lose weight, but to just be healthy. And I'll give an update on that one in my next video, and probably a little bit of makeup on that one too, because it's been a minute since I put makeup on. I wanted to do it before this video, but I just ran out of time. So please leave a comment if there's anything you want me to hit, any topic that you want me to hit on. I'm learning that there's a lot in foster care that I can't talk about. So there's a lot of gray area that I can play in, but it's very thin. So yeah, just give it a like, give it a thumbs up. Thanks for watching. Love you all.